It's a whole system we need. It's not only developing the vaccine, but then after that, how to get the vaccine to those who need it. And you asked the question about what other partners from the non-health sector we need. Can we be creative at country level? We craft a partnership with the government, between the government and those on the private sector that needs to be involved. Why they need to be involved? Because their workforce is suffering of TB. 90% of the cases on TB happens between 15 and 45, 49 years of age. So they need to be involved and they can contribute. And then we can think of creativity in ensuring the health system deliver the vaccines. Because remember, 30 new drugs for HIV/AIDS. But I pose the question, are the people in Africa accessing those 30 new drugs? Not yet. Similar with TB, when the first drug came out in 1944. There were written statements and articles, is the end of TB. Well, we know today are discussing TB. So I think that there's room for improvement for everyone.
We've been working very closely with the diagnostic industry, and the partnership has been extremely successful. And that's where I share the optimism about innovation. And the point is that there are new technologies to detect multiple drug-resistant TB that can do the trick in a couple of days. That's the first time molecular diagnostic has been introduced, and this has been very much in close partnership with industry. The lessons we learn is that with industry, what is important really is the partnership is based on mutual respect. We know what the industry is expecting from us. Industry understands what we can provide in that partnership, and we seek to get both synergies among our different organizations. We are not-for-profit, industry is for-profit, and we look for win-win situation. When I say win-win situation, I think that the critical issue is that never forget that industry can have a philanthropic background, but at the end of the exercise, they really have also to understand that there is something there for them.
We have to ensure that TB is getting the highest levels of attention.
It has to become political.
It has to become political. And in order for that to happen, all of us have to elevate our game. And I think that that's actually not about stepping out of our comfort zones, but each of us looking at what we do in these partnerships. I think that everybody needs to be mindful of that, and some people will be more centrally focused on that than others. That everybody elevating their game is people looking and saying, okay, in the context of this partnership, given our comparative advantages, given the win-wins that we're doing, are we actually doing everything we can do? And I think that we need to get serious about money if we're going to actually see these promising technologies delivered, because the cost of product development goes way up in the final steps, to say nothing about the costs of arranging for their delivery and use.
Accountability comes when you understand where you fit in the value chain. And there's many different slices to it, as we talked about. And so if the different parties can understand where they fit in the value chain, how they contribute to it, then you can get accountability from them. When they're unsure and it's unclear, you find people back away, or they commit and then step back, understanding where they fit in the value chain and how they can be successful.
On the pure pharmaceutical or private sector company, I think what we have not done so well so far is exciting company to get in the business, because there's going to be some profit at the end of the day. So I think we need to come with better forecast of how is going to be the market in the future. Maybe you need to have a kind of CEO, exciting officer, someone that can excite the business. Then, of course, not working on silos, not only in the private sector, but as well at the country level, how we can collaborate all together, and sometimes, moving aside from our own interest. Sometimes it's easier to say than doing. And of course, how private sector can work with the government at the local level to come up with new ideas. Information technology has something to offer, to other companies.
Look, we're trying to move this from number 472 of public attention, of company attention, of political attention. We want to move it up where? In the top 5. What else do we need, Jerry?
I think it relates to your other question. To get attention from governments or to get attention from industry, and the reason there hasn't been is because you need a market for industry, or you need political attention in the government side. And the other reason industry doesn't go in is because the probability of success is low. In other words, you want to increase the probability of success. Then people will say it's real, let's do it. If we have the technical ability and we can prove it or show people that we're just about ready to have that, I think that more than anything else. Those two things together, I think, are the single two biggest things that will raise it on the agenda. And, you know, and then the other things will follow.